What's up guys, I'm back with another episode of BeamNG Drive, and in today's episode I'm just gonna be messing around. Like, I'll admit it, I'm just gonna be doing a whole bunch of nothing, and I'm gonna do what I used to do when I first downloaded BeamNG Drive, and that was just use the natural physics that are in the game. I would just crash cars into each other and see the destruction. I would simulate real crashes just to kind of get an idea of what it would be like if two cars were going like 40 miles per hour and they crashed into each other head on. So that's kind of the type of stuff that I'm going to be doing in this episode, and I'll get back to my mods probably in the next episode of BeamNG Drive, but I just want to do that in this episode just to kind of switch things up and have a little fun, you know. So I already have another car set up. I have this one. I have this truck set up right here. And then over here I have this faster car. So distance that we have between the truck and the car, this car will probably get 60 plus maybe in that distance. The truck I don't think will. Maybe the truck will reach 60, but I'm gonna be controlling the truck. The car is gonna be AI controlled, so I probably won't push the truck to its limits. I'll probably just be casually driving. So we're gonna have the AI chase me, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, AI obviously has a head start, and oh wow, what was that all about? He completely missed me. Alright, the AI is still doing it. Well, I guess we're not going to be going head on in this run. I guess he's going to come up behind me and smash me in the back end, huh? So it seems like. No, he's doing 107. Probably going to hit like 115 by the time. Oh, almost 130. I'm doing 80. Hopefully the next one we could get a head-on crash, because that's what I was going for. Okay, and then he hit me in the rear end. And it doesn't look like it was too much destruction, because I was going 80 and he was like going probably 130, 140. And he is still going. He only has like front bumper damage and hood damage. And it looks like he's stuck on my wheel. Yeah, there's a wheel underneath him. It's definitely not his wheel, it's my wheel. So we'll just stop these AI, or this AI real quick. We'll reset everyone. I forgot that I didn't reset my truck on the highway. We'll go back real quick and get the truck set up. I'm not gonna switch to truck yet. I'll wait till we get an actual head-on collision, then I'll start switching vehicles. I'll probably leave the car as the car that it currently is, and then I'll switch this truck, and then once we get another collision, then I'll switch the truck to something else. Let me just set up this truck, let me reset it properly, and then let me get this car, and we're gonna move this car back a little bit more, and hopefully the car doesn't miss me this time. If the car misses again, then we'll change the car. If the car hits me this time, we'll change the truck. We'll do it that way, kind of like a win or lose situation. So we're gonna go back a little bit further, give the car more time to calculate a more accurate path, and also catch a little bit more speed. This version of this car definitely doesn't have good control. So when it comes to the AI, I do not blame him at all. The AI probably has more control than I do over that car, because I definitely do not have control of that car. So we're gonna go with Chase again. I know back then when I used to do these head-on collisions, Chase would always work, but I have a feeling it's been a while since I did these head-on collisions. So what I'm thinking is they don't just go over the middle section anymore. They probably go down to an area where they can make a U-turn. They possibly revamp the AI to make it more accurate. That's what I'm thinking. So let me actually just reset this on the roadway that we're on. And we could do it that way. That way we'll be on the same road. They won't see the lines, and hopefully it will just recognize it as one roadway. And also we're just gonna change this car real quick, because he did, or the AI, I don't know why I keep saying he, but the AI did miss, so they will get a new car. We'll just make an upgraded version of the car that they're already in. AI is already in. Not a person, it's a computer. Alright, so it's the Bolide. We'll go with the GT. We're gonna replace. And then we're gonna go on the same road that we're not on, or that we are on. My god. And hopefully this one has a little bit more traction and we're not spinning. We'll go down to about here. Brakes suck. Definitely remember that. Can't get any traction on these at all. Alright, this should definitely be good enough. We should have a lot of traction, since this is a more sporty car, or a more sporty version of the car that we did have. And we're on the same road as the truck, so I'm hoping that it doesn't go off and try and get behind the truck. Let's switch back to the truck. Let's turn the AI on. Let me just make sure that I am using the right one. Yeah. Okay, let me get rid of that menu. I'm not gonna get up to high speed. Ooh. And have time to slow it down there, but it definitely looks like, oh, we got part of his bumper there. Yeah, we took most of that car with us. Let me just stop that guy real quick. Just stop the AI. And let's take a look at him. Alright. So it just took off a good amount of, like, the top of him, or the top of this car. Didn't even really do much damage to the front. I mean, it did damage, but it didn't do like what I was expecting. I was expecting more of like a pancake, like, you know, accordion style damage. I wasn't expecting this scraping type of damage where it just looks like someone scraped the top of, I don't know, like a cake or some shit, you know, like someone's going to scrape the icing off of your cake. That's what this looks like. It looks like someone just scraped the top of the cake. Ooh, I don't know, like, I was expecting more damage. We might have to switch the truck out. I mean, I was going with a win or lose situation, so to me it definitely looks like the truck won. So I guess the truck's staying until we get a real loser. So we can't stick with the Bolide. We're gonna have to switch to something else. But yeah, if there was a passenger in there, they would either be dead or injured. Seriously injured. Let's reset these real quick. Why did they reset there? Oh yeah, I didn't reset them back there. My bad. That's my fault. Alright, well we're gonna be switching the vehicle out anyway. So we'll go a little bit further this time. Because I think I'm gonna switch to a slower vehicle. I don't know what I'm gonna be switching to yet, but it's not gonna be as fast as this thing. What, I can't get traction? Oh my god. Alright, fine. Really? Alright. What if I tug on the bumper just a little bit? There. That should be enough. Alright, let me reset it back here. That way we don't have to drive all the way down every time. And let me reset or get a new vehicle. Let's see, what type of vehicle do I want? So if I pick something super small, at least the front end has to be kind of bulky. We don't want anything that is at least as narrow as this. I think that's honestly the smallest one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try this one. We're gonna go with the we'll go with the simple one, just like the base model. Nothing too crazy, sporty, you know. Just the base model of this car. Looks good. This is like one of my favorite cars in the whole game. But it's gonna get destroyed. So we'll go back to the truck because this is the one that we were using. We're gonna turn the AI back on. Have that set to chase again. And we're gonna start driving ourselves. And let's see if we get a lot of damage. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, that's what I was expecting the first time around. I was expecting something like this. Like a accordion or pancake type thing. You know, let's stop the AI. We don't have to worry about them driving off. And let's see if I could pull them apart. I don't think I will be able to just pull them apart. I don't want to separate them. Or I do want to separate them, but I don't want to reset them. Right, whatever. The truck looks fine. Truck obviously won. So we're going to reset the truck and we'll look at the car. Alright, so yeah, this is definitely what I was expecting the first go around when we were doing the ball ride. And we got this accordion crash that just completely pancaked the front of the car. That is what I was expecting when we did it the first time. But we didn't get that. We just kind of flew over the top of it, which can be good and can be bad. If you have a roll cage, you know, that would be preferred because you save a lot of your front end. With this car, this thing is just yeah, you're not salvaging anything from it. So yeah, this one obviously lost. We're gonna change up the car a little bit. We're not even gonna test out a different model because why would you test out a faster model if the base model didn't even survive, you know? Doesn't make sense. Let's see. Let's switch it up and go to a van. And we'll make it a little bit interesting. Instead of just trying out the base model, we'll go to something a little bit beefier, like off-road version. One of the off-road versions. So we got this one. We got this one. We'll go with this one. This one has that camper top, so it has, looks like it has a little bit more weight. I didn't check them, so I can't really tell if one has more weight than the other. But we'll just say it has more weight. Turn the AI back on. have it chase me, and we'll try and get up to speed, but the AI always has an advantage of going first, and we'll see what happens this time. Who will win? Yep, the van definitely won that time. That's what I was expecting. So we'll reset the van, because the van takes the cake this time, and it just looks like what the car did last time, a little bit less though. The car had pretty much the whole front end pushed back into the cabin, but the truck looks like, because I'm not sure if this is a V8 or if it's a V6. Looks like it might be a V8. Yeah, I'm thinking it's a V8. I don't know, let me check real quick so I'm not wrong. Okay, yeah, it's a V8. But because of how big that engine is, I have a feeling that's what stopped the majority of it from going back even further. With the car, since most of it, like, there's not a lot of engine space and other stuff, then that's why it probably got pushed back even further. But the car, like, literally the whole axle and everything else was just back. This, you still got that room here. I would feel safer in this than I would with that car. Let's reset this and then we'll get a different vehicle. Let's see. We'll go with a Jeep. We'll have and we'll go with one that has like a push bar or something on it. So we'll go with that one. We'll see how this one holds up versus the van. I have a feeling the van's gonna take it again, but you never know. We'll have them chase me. Turn this off. Oh, it's not annoying. Alright, we're getting up to speed a lot faster in the truck, so I don't know. Yeah, that was that was a lot worse than the truck, man. I thought that bar would hold up, but it didn't at all. The van, oh, he's coming back for more. Just stop the AI. We don't have to worry about him. Worry about the AI. Okay, so what it looks like is the wheel situation and the axle situation. Kind of similar to how the truck is. So what I'm kind of thinking is, because of how high the van sits up, maybe the van is just kind of riding above the tires, and then it's pushing everything else in as it's riding above the wheels and everything else. That is what I'm thinking is happening, because it did it with the truck, it did it with this. So it's probably just coming in, smashing this in, and then it's going above the tires because of how high it sits, and then it's able to just push everything else in. What I think's interesting about this crash though is that it was able to bend the whole vehicle in the middle. I think that's pretty neat. Definitely one of help the people inside the vehicle, that's for sure. That would have been ugly. Would have been very ugly. So we'll get a beefier vehicle, or we could get a car, you know. Let's see what we got vehicle wise. We could try something off-roady. It has a roll cage in it. Okay, so I'm either gonna go between this one that has that push bar in front of it, and we'll go with that one. Okay, we'll replace it, and I think this one has a roll cage as well. I just thought, yeah. Okay, so it has a roll cage. Okay, and then we'll turn the AI back on. and I let it get a really good head start. But this one should be decently fast. Only downside with that is faster isn't always better when it comes to stuff like this. Alright. Now that was similar to the first one because of how high this van sits again. It just it went over top of it, but it did push in the front a little bit. And if you were the passenger, yeah, you probably would have survived. But I don't think you would have been having a good time. I mean, there isn't a passenger seat, so you probably would have been laying down on the ground. Let's go check out the van. Because the van just looks like it ran over. Like ran over that car and then just tipped over. And there's a separation here in the axle, so obviously the axle broke and the whole front end probably broke. So there's like no steering to this. Suspension obviously broke as well. And I'm not sure about anything else. I don't really see anything. The drive shaft looks good, connected. But I'm gonna have to give it to the van again, because it looks in better condition than the car, in my personal opinion. Let me turn off the AI. Again. I always forget to turn that off. And then we'll go back and we'll reset this car. And even though it had a roll cage, it's still didn't do it, man. Still didn't put up a fight. So I think we're gonna have to either completely stop using the cars, because it's not holding up against the van. What I can do to try and put up a fight against the van is I could try using this thing, go back to the Jeep and use this, and then we'll work our way up from there and just go bigger, 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 and see how that works out. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna turn on AI again, and we're just gonna drive and hope for the best, because this sits up a lot higher than the van. And I don't know about structural wise, like how well it's gonna hold up, but yeah, it doesn't look too good. Gonna stop the AI. So the van, I mean, yeah, I have to give this to the van. Okay, AI is off, but yeah, look at that. There's no way you could give that to the crawler, man. Like, it's just completely trashed. Even the drive shaft is, drive shaft. Even the drive shaft is trash. So we'll try something bigger, hopefully bulkier, and hopefully you can put up a fight, because it's not looking good. We're definitely not gonna do the bust, not yet. But let's try something bigger truck wise. Let's see. Come on, what can we do? These will probably put up a good fight, but I'm thinking, do I want to use these first, or do I want to use an ambulance first? Or do I want to use a box truck first, or the tow truck? Let's go with the box truck, see what will happen. And then same thing as before, let's turn this back on and let's get a move on. Kinda rhymed. I mean, it was the same word, but hey. Giving it my best shot, right? Okay, let's see. This has a lot more weight, so it might do more damage. Man, this van. What is in this van? Like, look. No, literally, look at this. Alright, why is it reset now? Like, there's no damage in the van. There you go over to the box truck. Like, there's the box truck damage. Let me turn off the AI. Okay, box truck damage. Okay, yeah, you see all the damage there? and there's no damage for the van. Yeah, no damage for the van. I mean, obviously you got front end damage, physical damage, but no integral damage, basically. So let's reset it. I'm gonna have to give it to the van again. And I'm not even gonna try an ambulance because box truck, ambulance, similar, except for the weight might be a little bit different. But we could try the tow truck. Tow truck is probably a little bit heavier with all this metal in the back. And let me... There. Okay. Turn that back on. Let's get a move on. Alright. We got a little bit of a head start this time. So will that benefit us? Probably not. Because we're only going like 10 miles an hour. Ooh. This is a close one. This one's really close, to be honest. Like, this is literally split 50-50. I might have to do a redo. Let me just double check, make sure there's nothing broken in either or. Okay. This one, broken drive shaft, messed up engine, radiator. And then front bumper. This one, the radiator, front bumper, drive shaft is fine, engine's fine, and it can push this thing good. Has a lot of torque. So tow truck takes it. We're gonna change this up. So we're in the vans. Come on, load the vehicles. We're in the vans. Let me just double check and make sure we got a good look at all of them. We could try tow truck versus tow truck. See how that ends up. You know, let's give that a shot. Because I was just gonna move on from the vans. But this seems interesting. I have a feeling that the D series tow truck is gonna win. Just because it looks a bit heftier. Seems like it has a little bit more weight, you know? And I always forget to turn off that overlay. This guy has a little bit more speed though, so... Ooh. It's almost identical. Alright, so the engine completely locked up on this. And how are we doing on this one? I'm not sure if I turned off the AI yet. Let me turn off the AI. Drive shaft is broken. Alright. We need to do a double take. Because it was pretty much dead even on that one. So we're definitely going to do a double take of that one. Need to do a double take. Double take, double take. Alright, so chase me. And hopefully we can get up to a decent amount of speed. Similar speed, hopefully. I don't think we are. This guy seems to have more speed. Okay, that was definitely the truck. I don't know. It actually, no, and now I see it. Hard to tell, but the engine is fine. Let's see if I can pull away. Because this thing has a lot of torque. But I don't want to mess up the engine. So I'm going to try and... Let me turn off the AI. Alright, let's just leave it alone for now. Alright, so yeah, the truck one. Radiator and drive shaft. That's kind of what gave it up, is the drive shaft. Let's reset all these. And then we're going to change the van again because of a drive shaft failure. Sorry, van. You're just not cutting it today. Let's see if there's one more van. Just go through. One more van. I could hold up. Nah, no, we're not going to do an ambulance. We already did a box truck. Not going to do any more box trucks. And we already did an off-road version. So, nah. Let's switch it up one more time. Alright, so we got These are two big boys right here. We got the big rigs and we got the buses. I have a feeling those two are gonna be what really separate the vehicles. We're not gonna do this one for obvious reasons, like that's just gonna plow through everything. Towing package, I didn't even know there was a towing package for bus. Must be a mod or something that I have installed. Highway. Now let's check out the weight, see which one weighs more if they're all the same. 20,500, that's because it has the jets. We're not gonna do that one either. 40,000, that one weighs more for some reason, so does that one. 30,000, that one's the lightest. 35, okay, so we'll choose that one because it's the heaviest. Okay, now we got heavy ass bus. And we got this small ass tow truck. Let's get the AI going again. Turn this off. Now the bus is gonna take a while to get going, so we're probably gonna be having most of the speed and ramming into the bus before that bus even gets up to like, I don't know, 25, 30 miles per hour is my guess. But he's still going. I'm surprised. So we'll stop him. And I know we're not going to really do much engine damage to the bus because the engine is in the back of the bus. As for drive shaft and axles, maybe. But let's just check this out real quick, see what type of damage we did. We definitely messed up tie rod ends and stuff like that because we can't turn, we can't drive straight, but just bumper damage, no engine damage, no drive shaft damage. We are good in that category. Over here, what do we got? Do we got any engine damage? We obviously got bumper damage. Yeah, bumper damage, radiator damage. So we're gonna have to give this one to the bus because it literally has like no damage other than bumper damage. The truck has radiator damage, and if we just look at the physical damage, I mean, physical damage, I'd have to give this one to the truck. But for integral damage, yeah, the bus took it just because of how big it is. But yeah, let's reset these, and we're gonna come over here to the truck, and now we're gonna compare some of the biggest vehicles in the game. So always default, like when you download the game initially. So this one is 75,000, and this one doesn't make sense at all. Oh, that's not the weight. My god, what am I looking at? What am I looking at? That's not the weight. I was comparing the wrong numbers. I was just looking at the first number that I seen, or first big number that I seen, I should say. Alright, so this one's 100 and no. What? 16,000. I am not good with numbers. 29,000. Okay, so obviously that's the biggest one, and then we got a box truck. I was gonna say it doesn't make sense if the cement truck was the lightest. Alright, well, we'll save the heaviest for last. Should we do a base one, or should we go straight to like this one? And that one's 29, this one's 17. Surprisingly, the box truck is light. I thought the box truck would definitely be heavier than like this one. We'll save the box truck, or not the box truck, we'll save the cement truck for like the last big rig. And then if we need to, we'll add some trailers to it, which I don't think we'll need to add trailers, but let's just replace this with a normal no trailer rig. We'll start up the AI and we'll get going. Now this is a pretty fair speed test because they'll both travel around similar speed. The bus is probably gonna be going a little bit faster, just because the gearing in a bus is a little bit better than the gearing in these things. So we'll see. Alright, yeah. Man, the bus took a hit on that one. But he's still going. He's still pushing, man. He is still pushing. Alright. Now, let's check out the bus is... What is it? Alright. Just bumper damage again. I mean, this has radiator damage. So, I mean, technically the bus won that. That's pretty surprising. I mean, like I said, the bus is probably going to win a lot of these because the bus is rear wheel drive. And the engine is in the back. And it has all this room in front of the engine. So in order to get a serious amount of damage, you would need to plow through all this in order to make a decent amount of damage to the internal parts of the bus. So we're gonna need to probably put a trailer on this to really plow through this. And we might even need to increase the distance. Let's reset these real quick. Come on. There you go. Alright, so just for fun, we're gonna get the cement truck. I don't think the cement truck's gonna do much damage, but you never know. Just gonna replace it. Turn the AI back on. Is it just me or the cement truck did a different model? Like I said, it's been a while since I really messed around with any of these vehicles. But the cement truck looks different. Alright, here we go. It seems pretty similar, honestly. If I would have to guess, if I seen the two bus crashes side by side, I would have to say that they were crashed by the same vehicle. Maybe at slightly different speeds, but I would say it was by like the same thing, like just a big rig. I wouldn't say that one was smashed by a cement truck full of cement, because you know, it doesn't look like it. And the doors fell off. Perfect timing. Let's put this to extreme. And let's get another truck. Just regular truck. Then we're gonna get a trailer. We're gonna get the heaviest trailer. Like, we're going full out. We're going to the maximum. Like, we're not going through little stages anymore. I'm tired of this bus putting up a fight. We're going to the heaviest trailer we can get. That's the heaviest rate. Need to double check my numbers now. I'm getting a little paranoid about that. Like, are my numbers correct? Am I calculating this? Oh man, I replaced it. Alright, come on. There. Spawn new. Spawn new, don't replace it. Okay. Now I'm gonna give myself a head start with this. I'm actually also gonna increase the distance between the two vehicles. And let me just load this up. Okay, there we go. Let me get a nice straight start on this. Okay. Let me increase the distance between this bus and the rig. We'll try right about here, or a little bit further. We'll go to this rock over here, beginning of it, and then we'll start it up, get the AI going. Okay, turn this AI on and turn this overlay off. Oh man, I'm on the trailer, I'm not on the truck. Alright, we're gonna have to reset this real quick. My bad, I'm messing stuff up. My god, how did I mess up that bad? That's my fault. Just gotta back this back up. And then we're gonna reset it again, because I always forget to reset the vehicles once I get them in the areas that I want them. So let me just do that real quick. Reset. That way, if something happens, I don't need to reset. Let me make sure I'm on the truck, and then we're in gear. We're gonna give this a head start like I said I was going to, but I forgot. And then once I give this truck a little bit of a head start, we're gonna go into the AI, and then we're going to chase. Okay, there, now the bus should be moving. Right, the bus is moving. Yes, it's moving. All right, we're not gonna get much speed, but we'll see. All right, the moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Oh, trailer came off. My God, really, all that weight, and that's how much damage happened? It's probably because we didn't have much speed. All right, you know what? Well, I got an idea for that. Let me just reset this real quick, and let me turn off the AI. So instead of increasing the distance again, let's actually bring out one of the fastest vehicles in the base game. So we're gonna spawn new. We're gonna line this up. So this is bus versus super bus. And let me just see what the... Alright, so we got the controls. And we're gonna turn the AI back on. There we go. And we're gonna hit the jetpacks. Oh man. Oh man, what a fail. Need more of a straightaway for that, man. Huh. Alright, come on. Get this bus up to speed. We're just gonna putt. Let's give it a little bit of a boost here and there, you know? And as soon as we're able to straighten out, there we go. Oh man. Alright, well, it's definitely the most damage I ever did. My God. This is ridiculous. I can't believe that can't do more than half damage to this bus. You know, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna make it so I actually do a lot more damage. So I'll be right back, and we're gonna get it so I can destroy this whole bus. Alright guys, I'm back and I'm on the endless highway. So we're gonna test it out here, and I have the rocket bus and the other bus that we were trying to destroy separated very far away. And the distance that I am from the other bus, I should be able to get up to around 200 miles per hour. If that doesn't destroy it, because this is where I'm at, I should be able to go as fast as this bus will let me. And if that does not completely destroy the bus, then I don't know what will. So let's try that. Let's get the AI going again. We'll give that bus a little bit of a head start, and then we'll get going, and then we'll turn on the rockets. That way the other bus can line up with me. And let's go. So we should get up to 200, if not over 200. Hopefully I don't get too out of line, that way the other bus. Alright, there we go. My God, I made like an S. Alright, you know what? I think that's crushed enough for me, because this has been crazy. And this episode is getting a little bit long. So I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Because I sure did. You know, it's fun destroying things. Even though it wasn't that interesting, it's still fun for me to make content about it. But I'll see you guys in the next one.